Hello guys and welcome back to Love Island, and not only have we got one love triangle, but we've got two love triangles and they are both competing for airtime, and unfortunately some people don't even exist in these episodes anymore. Who is Munvir? Who is Sean? And where have Kieran and Nicole gone? Because they are no longer in these episodes. It's actually crazy to think that those six people in the two love triangles are absolutely dominating the screen time at the moment. I'm not complaining because it's good drama and it's good entertainment, but like, come on. Come on. Surely something must have happened in the day with the other people. So before we get into the episode, I just want to say thank you guys very, very much for watching the series so far. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still having a good time, but make sure you're subscribing if you are enjoying. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are so close. Only 56 subscribers left at the time of recording. So make sure you are hitting that button now. So let's get into the video, shall we? So at the end of the last episode, we saw Mimi and Omar getting ready to steal their couples, and I'm really excited to talk about their choices because Mimi obviously decided to choose Io. I thought that was a fairly certain outcome. I thought that was interesting as well, and I almost wonder whether Omar's choice threw the show into a little bit of a panic, because I think what they were planning on doing was sending two people home then and there. But instead, Omar decided to couple up with Uma. And essentially that meant that everyone was still in a couple. I think Patsy was a little bit pissed off because she was expecting Omar to pick her, and to be honest, so was I. But choosing Uma did give the show a little bit of a, ooh, shit, that didn't go as planned. That didn't go the way we were expecting it to. So I am excited to see what they do with that. But for now, this is definitely an interesting twist in the narrative, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So Io got tag teamed by both Mimi and Uma, which was particularly uncomfortable. I found that really funny. Mimi's apologized to Uma and been like, look, sorry, I had to do what I had to do. And Uma was like, it's chill, don't worry. And then the conversation between them went really well, question mark. I was like, huh? He's explained himself clearly. He's explained that he still wants to get to know both of them because he hasn't made his mind up. He's not sure what he wants. And they've accepted that. And he's promised to be as truthful and honest as he possibly can be. And I was like, rah, okay, Io, maybe you're the exception to the rule of, like, Destiny's Childish. Because every time you get into a love triangle, like, and the man is choosing between two girls, the man always comes off as a bit of a dick. I'm not being funny, as we can see from Ronnie. So I was a little bit worried about that. But by all accounts, he seems all right. I spoke very, very much too soon, because Mimi immediately told Uma, oh, by the way, he told me that, like, I was his first pick at the recoupling. And Uma was like, why didn't you bring that up then? Why am I just hearing about this now? And I was like, oh, God, I completely forgot that he said that. Oh, shit. And then, obviously, that night, Io snogging Mimi in bed. And I was like, ah, Io. Make your mind up, please, because you've snogged now both girls whilst you've been in a couple with them, but you're still not committing to a person. And it's just getting to the point where it's like, just make your mind up. I feel like Bucks Fizz with making your mind up, that one. But yeah, oh God, it was, and then obviously he has to go tell Uma. And it was like, why? Why are you doing that? Like, ugh. And she just walks off. And I was like, do you know what? I don't blame you. I actually don't blame you. So the challenge for today, the challenge was, it was all right. Ugh. I think the challenges on Love Island are just an excuse for people to wear skimpy outfits, do some sex positions, and basically just it was a bit shit. They essentially, the girls had to choose one green envelope which had like a sex position on it. They had to choose someone to do that sex position with, and then they would choose one of the boys to match the sort of salacious office gossip and then throw a drink on them, which I found quite funny. Harriet was up first and she chose to throw a drink on Kieran. She also chose to do a sex position with Ronnie, which I found really uncomfortable to watch. Ronnie's just, I don't know what it is about Ronnie, but he just makes me feel uncomfy. Yeah, I just don't have a better word for him than uncomfy. So yeah, there's that. Patsy decided to throw a drink over Ronnie, which I thought was absolutely well deserved. Absolutely. Uma decided to throw a drink over Io, which again, well deserved. Don't fuck me about, do you know what I mean? Nicole decided to throw a drink over Omar, which I think was in response to the whole "you called me a game player, feck you" kind of thing. Mimi decided to throw a drink over Ronnie. Jess decided to throw a drink over Ronnie, which that one was very sort of like, ooh, wonderful. And then Samantha decided to throw a drink over Kieran. I don't know why though. I was a bit sort of taken aback by that. So overall, the challenge was, it was all right. There was not quite anything that was like, oh my god, this is monumental. It was no sort of like revealing the tweets in season 5, which was so funny. But yeah, it was all right. I feel like they need to bring back some more salacious, gossipy ones than just sort of like, oh yeah, I don't like you doing that. Here's a drink in the face. Can somebody please come and get Ronnie out of this villa? Because as much as he's bringing the drama, and I'm loving the drama, this man has zero. First of all, he's got zero game. Second of all, he's got zero game and he thinks he's got game. Thirdly, he's got zero game, thinks he's got game, and he thinks he's getting away with playing 2 women off against each other. Like, are you serious? Are you being deadly serious? Because what do you mean you're telling Jess? He walks up to Jess. Yeah, so like, yeah, that's not quite how he talks, but for the purposes of this, yeah, so like, I'm definitely more into you, than Harriet, and like, yeah, it's chill, but like I still haven't made my mind up. I still like to get to know her, so like, yeah, and then he goes up to Harriet and goes, yeah, so I was lying in bed last night, and all I was doing was thinking of you, I was thinking of you, yeah, I couldn't stop thinking of you all night, and I was like, why are you laying on thick with Harriet all of a sudden? All of a sudden, it's like, oh, Harriet, let me nuzzle at your teat. And he's then reassuring Harriet that he's into her. So, yeah, I'm into you too. And I was just sat there like, wow. Because do you not think that these 2 girls are going to talk to each other? It would be different. It wouldn't be any less wrong, but it would be different if you were doing this in the outside world and these girls didn't know each other. But they're quite literally sleeping in opposite beds, more or less. So what do you think you're achieving from this? Because I know you're not achieving anything good. You're going to end up alienating them both because you're playing them both off against each other. This is quite possibly one of the worst displays I've ever seen on Love Island. Ever. And that is saying something. That's saying so much. So obviously, I can't believe he's getting away with this. Until he doesn't. And Harriet goes over to Jess and goes, what were you guys doing last night? Oh, we were just like fooling around, just having some fun, kissing, etc, etc, etc. I don't even know if that's what they were doing. And she goes, oh yeah, well, he was saying that he was thinking of me all last night. And Jess goes, rah, okay, Ronnie, come over here. Come on. Did you say this? No, I didn't. Okay, so she's lying. Yeah, she must be lying. Huh? It astounds me how men can think they can get away with this. It astounds me. It shocks me. Because I know if I was to do that, I would not get away with that. What's the point? What is the point in doing that? Why are you bothering to lie about something? If you don't want it to get out, don't tell anybody. That's quite literally rule number 1 of keeping a secret. Don't tell anybody, because it will come back and haunt you, and it will fuck you up. Oh, God. Am I really having to have this conversation? Am I really having to have this conversation with you, Ronnie? Jesus Christ on a bike. Because then Jess is like, right, tomorrow's deadline day. I want a decision. Tomorrow. And then tomorrow rolls around and he's like, nah, I'm not making a decision tonight. And I'm like, you are genuinely alienating the 2 girls that are interested in you. You deserve 0 girls to be interested in you. The fact that you look like a sock puppet, not a sock puppet, like a Muppet, could be fucking friends with Kermit. Oh God, I'm so wound up and angry over this situation, as you can probably tell. Jess and Harriet, you deserve better. Maybe not Harriet. Sorry. Said what I said. But Jess definitely deserves better. Which leads me on to my next point. So, we have seen a little bit more from Sean. And we've seen a little bit more of Sean because he's desperately trying to find a connection in this villa. And he's tried it on with pretty much everyone. Everyone's batted him away, even Harriet. And now he's landed on Jess. And Jess is kind of flirting back. There's something there. I'm vibing with it. I'm seeing a connection. And I think Jess needs to bin Ronnie Ronnie needs to Gonnie. I don't know. Yeah, that was a bit bad. But anyway, Sean is a decent bloke. He seems really lovely. And I think Jess should go for him. Yeah, that's all I had to say on that matter, to be fair. There wasn't actually that much else. He was laying it on really thick, to be fair. And he's got good flirt as well. Like, as far as I'm aware. As far as I can see. So, yeah, good vibes. So, there was a twist, and the couples gathered around the fire pit, and they were told that they were going to be saved one by one by the public, and then the 3 bottom couples would be up for dumping. The couples that were up for dumping were Munveer and Patsy, Harriet and Sean, and Omar and Uma. They are obviously the 3 least favourite couples on the show, which, I'm not being funny, I understand why. Because each of those 3 couples are not currently couples. They're just friendship relationship, or friendship couples, kind of. So it makes sense. Everybody else in the villa has some kind of connection with the person that they're in and yeah, I think it was an interesting bottom 3. But obviously then the boys and the girls, they have to decide who they're going to send home. The boys decided to send Patsy home. Not surprised. If I'm being 100% honest, not surprised. Out of the 3 girls, 2 of them were involved in love triangles with the boys that were saving them. So obviously it was going to be Patsy that had to go home. It didn't feel like it was going to be any other way. And I felt bad, but also like Patsy wasn't giving me anything in these last couple of episodes. She was kind of just a spare part, if you want. Then we had the girls deciding to send Munveer home. Why did they send Munveer home? Well, Sean and Jess have got something kind of cooking. Omar, he's only just got here. So to send him home immediately, I think that would be horrendously cruel. Horrifically cruel. I don't think they would want to do that. So obviously it landed on Munveer, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Not really much you can do. He really didn't give anything in his time in the villa. I think we've seen like 2 words out of his mouth, which is a shame. But it is what it is. Not really much you can do about it. But that does bring us to the end of the episode. And unfortunately, there's nothing else to talk about. That's the book shut. Like, these episodes, they're very entertaining, but there's not a great deal to talk about once you've spoken about Io's situation and Ronnie's situation. And that doesn't take very long to get through because it's very cut and simple. Make a decision. Make your mind up. But yeah, that is the episode. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. Make sure you are subscribing. We're on our way to 1,000. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Keep on ranting and I'll see you guys later. Bye.